This is why I switched to Weight Loss by Hims. Weight Loss by Hims offers access to
Hang on, folks. There's a... Hang on, folks. There's a loud buzzing. Hang on, folks. There's a loud buzzing. Okay, let me video audio check, peoples. I think I know what I did there. Okay, sounds good. I'll catch up with the chat in a second here. I'm just trying to fix some of the lighting. Let's see if that's better. Seems too bright. Adjusting to new camera equipment is never easy. See if that fixed it. Why does the Beetle look so bright? Bear with me. Always takes a few minutes to set everything up. Let me check this here and then I'll scroll back on the live chat. That's me. I'm blocking something and making the Beetle real bright. I really don't know why. Hang on. Just trying to get things ready and then I'll scroll back in a second here. There we go. That's a little better. I just can't figure out why the front of the Beetle's lit up so brightly. This is weird. It's making me angry. The black hat is the issue. Let me see here. You don't want to see my hair right now. I need a haircut. Yeah, that didn't do it either. I don't know why. Oh well, that's okay. I just thought it would be a little better. Yeah, it's weird. I never really have light reflecting so brightly on the Beetle. Let me try one more thing and then we'll just start chatting. I think it does have something to do with me, technically. Almost certain. That's why I clocked in a few minutes early, just to try to set stuff up a little bit, you know. So that's the way we're going to run it right there. Yeah, it is trying to compensate. Okay, let me see here. We got 34 people watching so far. I can't see how many likes there are. Let me get the chat box a little bigger for me. There we go. Okay. All right. I need to scroll back. We have James and Kevin, and we have Porsche Speedster, one of my favorite cars, Bob, and recommendations for rear coilover shocks for a 70 Beetle. No, I don't have recommendations for that. I ran them years ago, and they were a little stiff. But from what I understand, the adjustments on it, I always thought were for, okay, I bumped the pause button, were more for stiffness instead of adjustment. And I could be wrong, but there's quite a few of those coilovers online. Let me see, Kevin, Bill. Hey, what's up, Bill? Mr. Kirkpatrick. And Kevin, Bob, the loud school's now gone. George, what's up, brother? Excuse me. And Sling said, hello, everybody. Broke CV axle on my bug yesterday. Stepdad just broke his drag racing. We only the buggies at this mud event. Oh, man. It's, well, if you're doing something rough, yeah, they can break. I mean, in all sincerity. James Perez, what is up, brother? And Toby and Dave Buster. Well, it's not that. Buster's his pup, you know. Luckily, mine is a bus axle, and his, unfortunately, is a bug CV. O'Reilly's has mine, and I'll pick them up. Oh, I didn't know O'Reilly sold them, Sling. Honestly, I did not know that. Black hat is the issue. Seems a little better now, unless it's my imagination. Camera have a tough time going to a stark contrast. At least you have hair. Yeah, too much hair. I need a haircut badly. When you start seeing me in baseball caps when I'm filming, it means my hair spun out of control. The Matrix has you. Don't sweat it. I have over 10,000 lumens in my small garage. Wow, 100,000 lumens. Wow. And how are you tonight, Craig? And Otto. And Lisa, where have you been? I'm glad to see you in here. And let me see here. Oh, Heather just stopped in. I'm not at the house, so I didn't know. And we have Alida, we have Lisa, and we don't have enough likes. We definitely need the likes pumped up. So are you saying brighten up a room? I have to try a new light somebody sent me. I'll show you shortly. It's nice to be in a garage to show stuff now, though. Let me see here. 34 people, 19 likes. I hope that bumped up. And Lisa, hi, Toby. Mike, how are you, Mr. Bunting? And Toby, did you see I tagged you this morning? And Baja Bandito is here. Whoops, and I bumped the mouse. There we go. I need to raise rear passenger by 1 inch and do not want to bother with torsion bar. I don't blame you. I've been fighting with mine. I'm going to actually go to adjustable spring plates on mine. However, my buddy Willie, long story short, did buy the adjustable coilovers, and they could have been just a cheap knockoff brand. I'm not sure, but I don't know how many inches you get out of a click on them. I don't know. I used them like 40 years ago, and I remember them riding really rough. But when you're a kid, you don't care, you know. I think I ran over a cigarette butt and was like, what was that? You know, but they do work. I mean, and Mr. Norwood, how are you? And it's been a while since I visited. Glad to be back. Thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. I switched back to Friday nights now for the winter time, so to speak, you know, fall, winter. And then, of course, I'll be going back to Sundays now with the weekly videos. So I always switch up. Sue, how are you? I appreciate you being in here. Fernando and Jim Johnson. And there we go. 42 people, 24 likes. Yeah, we definitely need the like button smashed a lot more. It gets that algorithm going. And Mike, how are you, brother? So I did a thing this week. Wait till I tell you the thing we're doing next week, Heather and I, what we're buying, hopefully. So I did a thing this week and we're up by 67 vert. Man, I'm on cloud 9. Toby, I seen it, and that is awesome. I am so happy for you. And Mike, Mr. Bunting is doing good. And Obs, I hope that I pronounced that correctly. How are you? And James is here. Micro will. I'm so used to everybody's name. Jim Lorish, my buddy there. Thank you for calling me this morning, Jim. I'm sorry about the little, episode there, but that's what I did have this morning. I had an episode, and that's okay. I never do. But Jim had called to check on me because of what I posted. That's what you call a friend. Leaf hadn't seen you yet, but we'll go look. And Mr. Elder, how are you, sir? You should be receiving something in the mail tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, if not Monday. And heading to the All Air Cold Gathering for the weekend at Flanders, New Jersey. So let Mr. Kirkpatrick know if you're going to be there too. And Darte, how are you? And we have Misty, we have Neil. I'm just trying to catch up now. And Buster going to Flanders also. So Dave is a great guy. You may want to check into that, Mr. Kirkpatrick. I've hung around Dave. He did get me in a headlock and got a little rough, but he is a nice guy though. And his beautiful wife, Marcy. And hey, Toby. Okay, I caught up. I just don't like to miss anybody's thing, but I like surprises. Well, it's not a huge, crazy surprise. You know what I mean? But it's something that I and Heather wanted to just send it you, real quick. And Toby might need to friends, Eric. This one hosts Black Red Oval on Flanders on Sunday. So there's a lot of people going to Flanders. I mean, doesn't Flanders sound like, I didn't know there was an event. It reminded me of something else. Yeah, let's get the likes up, people. What do we have in here? 45 watching. It's our first Friday night back. So I know a lot of people don't know that I switch back to Fridays. And don't forget Sundays. Keep your notifications on for this channel, the notification bell, because now Sunday, that's going to be the weekly video again. Just dropped my seats to reupholster them in beige. It's the only thing I won't attempt to do on my bug. Well, Darte, that's not easy, no matter what. Heather did my upholstery on my door panels, if you remember. And I can't do that stuff alone. She has much more patience than me with cutting and pulling and heating and stretching, and just sounded like yoga. But, I can understand, why you did that. We have a blue 52 standard Zwitter. Stop and say hello to Bill when you're there, who is a very nice man. And it's the biggest show on the East Coast. And I am 2 hours from Flanders. And he's like, I think I'm going. I'll wait to make an announcement until more of you in here, because when I tell you what's going on Heather's channel, if everything works out next Friday, it's going to get crazy. I mean, Heather has her Heather's Cottage channel, as you all know. However, if I can get something for her, Duke, what is up, brother? Hey, let me know, Duke, if you talk to Dino, because he has a really good idea. I hear somebody yelling outside about the interview. So it'll make sense when you talk to him, Duke. I always call Duke the Duke. Oh, I like that. I'm weird, aren't I? Don't tell them. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it'd be exciting, but okay, I won't tell them. We have 46 people. I can't see how many likes. So smash the like button. And, I'm sorry, 35 likes. We get this over, and just making sure you hit that like button. It is important to hit the like button. And no, I don't get paid for you hitting the like button. It kicks the algorithm up on the channel. And how are you? Where is Flanders? Honey, I don't know. So somebody, I'm sure, will say something. Scott Sutton, who are you? I'm just kidding. What's up, brother? And Chris, good evening all. Hope you're doing well. Doing good, Chris. I hope your evening's going well. This is a test run for Friday night. I think quite a few people don't always catch the posts I put up. So, it may take a few weeks for people to get adjusted to Friday evenings. But it is just easier for me to do Friday nights, Let me see here. Good evening all. Okay. West of Newark, New Jersey. Newark? I worked there. Oh, no, it was Newark, Delaware that I was in. And thanks, Lee. You're such a big help. Alita is a big help with that. She does keep an eye on it. I don't want to jinx it. Well, I don't think you're going to jinx it, but that's up to you. I won't tell anybody because you're very mean. You're very rough. And I'll take your bathhouse. But let me see. Oh, yes, I say it's about 3 hours north of me, but still try to make it up. And where we go there. Flint, Jersey is the town. Yes, I try to restore everything on my own, but sewing in me doesn't work well. I pay pretty much the same as that covers Heritage Parts. I think it was a good deal, under $600 for everything. Yeah, sewing, I never have tried sewing. Heather has serger machines, sewing machines. She has a really big craft room, but I definitely do not try to sew. If I did, then something bad would happen to Arte and it would look stupid and then you would laugh at me. Well, you laugh at me anyhow, don't you? But, Flanders is east of Delaware, Water Gap. I have no idea what that meant. Water Gap. And maybe you can tell them if they send good vibes. Well, that's what I was kind of hoping, and you're welcome, man. You're very welcome. I'm glad when you folks all step in here. It makes it worthwhile. We got 52 watching right now. Like I said, last week we had 80 people in here, but I think it takes an adjustment for people to realize that it was Friday videos, Sunday live chats. Now it's Friday live chats and Sunday, the new video each week. So the door come out, put in a Beetle. I walked past it in a little bit. I mounted it briefly, and then of course I got to wet sand and clear it. I'm hand sewing down seat covers as we speak, Delaware, Water Gap. Oh, okay. Yeah, hand sewing. Ugh, I wouldn't want to be doing that. I mean, I think the best picture that I've seen of hand sewing, and this is going to sound really weird, but Buster's travel on here, my friend Dave, we're very close. And I'm going to get to see Dave at the end of October. I'm really excited about that. And I just bumped stuff everywhere. Him and Marcy are coming to visit, and I'm really delighted about that. Truthfully, there was a picture of him in the Navy as a very young man, because Dave and I are pretty close to the same age. And it showed him, it looked like it was on a sub to me, but he was in the Navy, and I appreciate his service. That he was sewing a pair of trousers or pants. Ooh, showing my age, aren't I? And I don't know why that picture stuck in my mind. But let me see here. What do we have? Hand sewing, I wouldn't laugh because I've tried it and it looks so bad. Well, Darte, just like anything else, I'm not allowed to touch Heather's sewing machine. Because I'm sure something stupid would happen, and I don't blame her. She has really nice sewing stuff, so I don't touch none of that. Although she has offered for me to use the dishwasher for my Volkswagen parts now, so I thought that was nice of her. No, she didn't offer that, but I just thought I'd throw that in. Finally got all the bugs worked out. The car is running good. Electrical issues are hard, but we are good, and that is awesome. The Duke, I really need to start calling him just Duke. But Duke's car come out amazing. Duke is a body man, so Duke needs to come stay with me for 2 months and do my damn car. But it come out great. We're going to have with Mr. Veter Beater, aka Duke, because I did that backwards. We're going to have an interview that Dino and I had figured out. So it's going to be kind of interesting. Dino's going to help out with it, although you're really not going to see Dino though. But he's assisting in this interview so it can be close up to the car, and hopefully Duke will talk to him soon and we'll get it worked out. I really want a good interview with this because I want you folks to see the car and I want to ask questions to Duke. So we got it all worked out. Well, Dino did. He thought it up actually. So let me see here. Hey, I'm fully adjusted for Friday lives. That's when I get a chance to sit most. Well, it is easier Friday nights. Sunday nights gets a little wonky for me. It's just harder. That's the only way I can explain it. Weekends get crazy. Heather, this will be my job for the next 10 weeks starting this week because I can't do anything else, just recoup my knee surgery. And then on the 6th of October, I'm getting a stent put in. Alita, you've had so much troubles, honey. I hope everything heals up for you really good. I mean, and thank you for helping in the chat, Alita. I appreciate it more than what you think. So you need to have me send you some stickers for assisting because I call that support. Good evening, all. Slade, Heather, and Misty, and that is my friend Wayne from Northeast. I'll say that, and who actually just attended a show. And I can't show you a picture because I'm sitting here. And Wayne needs a congratulations out of approximately 400 cars, and it wasn't just a Beetle show; it was a regular car show. And he won himself a nice big trophy. You can look on the Slade community group on Facebook and see it. He took first place. I literally got goosebumps when I seen that. I was so excited because I and my wife had the pleasure of meeting Wayne in person, who drove here like 5 or 6 hours in a 1,000,000-degree humidity weather in his Beetle. He's more of a man than me. Yikes. That had to be a hot one that day. And we have 52 people, 44 likes. So we do need to kick that up. And I'll be at Flanders on Sunday. So Wayne will be there. And Jeremy, how are you? He got the Power Side Heat channel pan done. Going to do driver's side when the weather holds up. That's awesome because you know what, Jeremy? Doing heater channels is not exciting. I really don't like it, to be honest with you. I guess it's all part of the game, though, isn't it? When it amounts to it. But I wish you luck with that. Just take your time and move slow, but you already know that. Or bath towels and the dishwasher. Bob's trying to get me in trouble. Gotta love Bob. Alita, okay, honey, well, you appreciate it and all you contribute. I hope you heal quick. I hope she does too. Alita has met a lot of challenges, and we're one big family. That's why I say that on here. Hello, my friends. Is this the AA meeting is supposed to attend? This is it, Rod. You're in the right place, brother. And thanks for keeping me up to date on the house. I do appreciate that. And it was funny about the Tide. I think he's told me Tide is how they slide it onto the foundation. That's a new one. They should be using dielectric grease. But thought about the electrical. I started my Beetle the other day to tune it, and I noticed my gen light wouldn't turn off. I already have a new regulator, by the way. How can I troubleshoot? Well, that would be a lot for me to start troubleshooting wiring on hard Arte. But if you want to put it on our group, we'll be more than happy to help you with that. But I would first check a lot of your contacts first before anything and make sure all the contact points are cleaned, because a lot of times that can happen, on these. And also if your idle's too low, see, I'm sitting here trying to diagnose it already, then that can also happen too. Let me see. And where I just seen, excuse me. Yep, I talked to you today. I'm getting excited. Thanks. Okay, Duke. I wasn't sure because Dino called me because Dino is going to sponsor me on some things, which are very kind of expensive things, which is very nice of him to do. He'll be here October 17th for my daughter's wedding, and him and Brittany and baby Avery are coming to my daughter's wedding, which is cool. And I'll do a video when Dino's here because he is a high sponsor right now for, I don't want to say what, I don't want to tell what, because I'm freaked out. But Dino called and he said to me, I got an idea. Instead of you just doing a phone Zoom call, I have a really good idea. And so I know he explained it to you well, and I think it's a much better avenue to go down. So I'm really excited about this. And yes, Wayne is awesome. He's actually a very, very good man. Let me see. Congratulations, Wayne. Gorgeous car. He does have a very nice car. And Chris was congratulating with the sharp-looking Beetle. Today I had the heating AC guy over at the house. So the furnace and plumbing started when they were in the house. That is awesome, Rod. I hope you're in your house soon, brother. I really, really do. I would never want to go through what you did. I never want to go through what you did. Losing your house to a fire is the most horrifying thing. One of the most horrifying things, on that level. Thank you. No autographs. Maybe next year's picnic. So you're not even going to go to autograph, Wayne. That is real nice. Well, I'm getting a tattoo removed of you that I have on my forearm now. Darren, what is up? I can't hear. I'm at a very loud high school football game, but I wanted to say hey, everyone, and smash the like button. Thank you, Darren. I even told you, brother, don't worry. Darren's playing quarterback tonight for high school football, which is really cool. Nah, he's he's there with his family. I got to quit acting like a boob. But if I do, then none of you will know who I am anymore. And what do we have here? It was not fun at all. No, Jeremy, I know. And thank you, Chris. Slade, you're hearing the high school football game. That's the yelling. Oh, is that what that is? I thought the neighbors were doing something, well, big. Maria Rivera, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And you're correct on the tide. I did ask about the grease. And it was spilled in the basement, then the smell in the house. Well, yeah, true. I never even know they use Tide to, at least you have a really clean connection between the house and the top of the cinder block. Should have shot some fabric softener in her just for, not sure about AA, maybe AA, since most of us are addicts. Air-cooled addicts. That might be a good t-shirt. Air-cooled addicts, AAA. Heather, get on that. Oh, I just sounded bossy, didn't I? But the car, air-cooled addicts. I like that. The car is going to be dubbed by the Bay of Maryland. Super cool show. Oh, don't forget to take a bunch of pictures. Pictures. Duke. Don't forget. Awesome job, everyone. We have 57 and 53. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Alita. You're a blessing, Lita. I appreciate you helping out like that. I can't, since I switched to the phone, and I won't keep repeating it all the time. I can only see how many people are here, but I can't see the likes. But I think it's worth running the phone because it seems to me that there's much better clarity. I didn't even realize this needed moved up a little bit. Excuse me. And trying to see if it moved. I think it did. And what do we have here? Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Oda, we are addicted to something. Have fun, Darren. Sorry, Wayne. My hands are full with needle. Wayne is also sorry to join me at powwow and hung out. And it's a good game. Well, that's a good thing, Darren. Don't get in trouble there and start being one of them guys jumping around in the stands and hurting people. My biggest fear is losing everything at fire. Glad you were safe and rebuilding from it. Yeah, you know what, Baja? It was... Rod is an awesome guy. He really is. And when he told me that, it literally made me sick. We were exchanging, or I should say he was sending me photos privately. That's devastating. Devastating. It literally, I don't care if you have homeowners or anything, you cannot replace some things. You really can't. So I forgot to mention, we were set house. I gave Buddy a long ride in the buggy for the first time. He loved it, and new throttle cable working. Oh, that's outstanding, Rod. Outstanding. And let me catch up here. And 420, how are you? Slade, I'll send you photos to your email of my progress. Please do that, Jeremy. I got to catch up on my emails. I'm really behind. Air-cooled addict is a good idea. Rod, you know what? I'll see what Heather can come up with because I have no talent, literally. But I have no talent when it comes to doing any type of graphic design. But Heather's the one that makes the shirts and everything, So I'll have her get on that when she gets time. I know she's busy right now, but I think that would be great. I really do. Air-cooled attics. I like it. Well, not attic like upstairs the house, but Misty, it was a great experience. Loved the powwow, learned a lot. Brian, how are yins all doing? I think Brian must live near me. Yins he's a yinzer. He's a Pittsburgher, I think, unless he's just having fun here. Air-cooled addicts. Laughing my butt off. I love it. Yeah, I do too. I really do. When Heather can get on that, we'll have a new shirt out. I think that would be awesome. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people. I love it. And Matt said, if my screen quits jumping, there we go. ACA disease, good t-shirt. And how can we donate parts to you? True Misty. Maria, you can send me an email. I'll actually put my email in here. I got to put my cheater glasses on. I always appreciate donated parts. I really do. That it helps greatly with doing the DIY videos. And okay, okay. My email should come up in a minute, Maria. I really appreciate that more than you think because doing DIY can add up real fast. I mean, YouTube pays you like this much money and you spend that much trying to make videos. So, and I'm not complaining. The videos seem to really be helping people, but I just put my email up, Maria. That's very, very sweet of you. Jackson's Garage. Where is this Flanders show? I keep hearing about it, but I can't find any info. Well, I'll be picking you up in a way, Jackson's Garage, and then we'll head to it. I'm kidding. I can't make it. We have made it 55 people and 55 likes. Thank you, Alida. And it's okay. We're moving on, getting new places and everything. Heather, get it on the chop lady. And let me see, blah, blah, blah. I don't have anything to do with Slade donations. I donate many things myself to Slade, but you would send them directly to him. And let me see, Rod. Bloomfield. Okay. Brian, I have heard of Bloomfield, but I'm not sure where it's at. I'm near Greensburg. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, Brian. But as soon as I seen the Yuns, I'm like, okay, that's a Pennsylvania brother. So going to try to take Sonny to Toledo Bug Fest this weekend. Slade correct now with my new sticker and magnet. And thank you, Chris. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that very much. I seen the sticker today, I think, on the club. Or was it yesterday? I apologize. My brain, well, you know. And they say, well, you turned 60. It's the golden years. Are you kidding me? Golden years? I walk into the kitchen and forgot what the hell I went in for. That's not golden. How far are you from Chadsford, PA? That I don't know. I'm sorry. I've never heard of it before. I'm near Pittsburgh, if that helps, near Greensburg, Pennsylvania. And one Bob video. Yinzers go clear to East Liverpool, Ohio, where I grew up. I remember learning yins wasn't a real word. It's our word, Bob. It's real. East Liverpool. I was looking at cars recently, and I'll bring that to your attention soon. We are going to try to get Heather next Friday. So the reason I'm going to tell you, it says I need strong vibes from everybody, so it works out. But I came across one in East Liverpool, Ohio. That's kind of odd that Bob brought that up. And thanks for door painting video. I learned a lot from it. I'm painting tomorrow. I'll let you know how it turns out. Please do, brother. Please do. I'll be seeing you soon anyhow. So I can't wait to see the car. You're doing a great job, Scott. You really are. And you're working outside. That's not fun. Golden years, my ass. Yeah, I know. Not when your back hurts, your knees hurt, your head hurts, your butt hurts. It's getting older is not fun, but I still feel young up here. It's just my body's going, whoa. And Culture Rec Natural says, we're talking about 1904 today. I ran mine down the track today and ran 9-1 in the 8th. Not too shabby. I think it'd be slightly improved, but overall happy. That's actually not a bad time. And you know what? I'll just call you Redneck. It'll be easier if it's okay with you. There we go. I was trying to find where I was at. There goes Mr. Motorcycle. The 1904 in my mind, I mean, I know it's not, that's considered a small stroker these days. And I wanted something basically for climbing hills, keeping up with traffic, pulling out quick if I have to. That's what I think the 1904 is awesome for. I really do. I met a guy that I knew long ago. That's the short I put up the other day of a 2387cc. He was at a car show and I knew him from years ago. Wow. He was talking about his time trials in that 2387. That baby hauls the mail. And Crow Customs, Cannonsburg in the house. Wow. Where are you people? You need to be coming to my picnics. But then some of you just found the channel. You know what I mean? So Cannonsburg, I don't know, maybe I'm near Greensburg, so about a half hour, maybe, I think. And sorry, boy, my best friend lives in Guffey. You mean Guffey, like Colder, near White Oak? Or are we on a different page, Brian? We could be. I'm not sure. And sometimes, and Flanders information, search under a company called Everbright. They handle all the Flanders car show information and ticket sales. And did you get any more painting done? No, actually, I was working on the house and doing some things with my family. Tomorrow I'm cutting a video for Sunday, because that's our new weekly Sunday videos. And it should be about getting my hair cut, but it's not. It's not going to be painting this week. And then next week I'm going back to it. because I bought, 1 minute. I had to try this. I forgot I'm wearing a microphone. You could hear me over here. Heather's going to paint the front fenders in a few weeks, but I'm going to sand down all the roof, the front quarter sections, the rear quarter sections. I want to try this. I don't know if it all fit into the screen. I can't tell. It's that turbo. It'll give me a fan spray like that big. So I want to do that. And I don't know if you could see how big the vertical fan spray is on this. And then, of course, something that smelled like paint really strong. Of course, I'm going to use Spray Max 2K Clear so it comes out like a professional job. Shouldn't say professional with me painting, but I'll show you the door. I'll walk over to it. It actually come out good. You can see it nicer now that it's hanging on the car. Okay, I got to back up here because I talk too much and it worries me to death. Okay, sometimes there's information. I don't want to miss anything. Chatsford is the opposite corner of the state from you. Oh, okay, Mike. I didn't know. I'd never heard of it before. I need a Slade sticker for my 57. I'm not far from you, and I've used your videos for help many times. Wait, where'd you say you're at, Jackson? I can't remember. I apologize because there's so many folks in here. We got 61 in here that I'm getting confused where everybody's at. And I said to Heather, you know, I know there's a lot of Volkswagens around here, but I think people are either just finding the channel or realizing where I'm at. You know, this coming year's picnic I am having when it's cooler out, it's going to be, I was just talking to Jim today, my buddy, about it, who called to check on me, which I really appreciated because I snapped out on my Facebook, and I don't do that normally. But I got up on the wrong side of bed, didn't I? He thought I got hacked. Him and his lovely wife checked, and I'm okay. I got tired of some of the crap that people do, but I'm a human being. Remember that. Let me know, Jackson. I'm sorry. I forgot where you were. Getting old is not for sissies. No, Rick, that's for sure. Heather just said the other day, I don't know how you keep going like you do, because I still fly around like I'm 20 years old, but I like to complain about it because it makes me feel better. Carl, what is up, brother? His BCM is who I'm talking to. And yes, you got it from Brian. Let me scroll a little bit here. Boom, 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 boom. Where am I at? There we go. Sorry, Slade. I was on my phone with my sister. What did I miss so far? Not a lot. We were discovering different things in chemistry and equations like E equals MC squared. I came up with that. And I think we're catching on to stuff mathematically. Yeah, we're just goofing off. Heather, I got 5 gallons of honey, weighs 66 pounds, 4 ounces. Holy smokes. Wow. Yeah, that's the real deal there, that honey. Oh, Uniontown. Okay. Yeah, you're about like 40 minutes from me. I used to ride my bike out there when I go for rides. I'd shoot out 51. I always thought it was a little bit more peaceful out there. And people pop in and out. Yes, they do. And what do we got in here? We have 56. And people do. They pop in and out, you know, when you're in here. Hi, Slade. What ignition system are you going to use on your stroker? Are you going to electric fuel system? Actually, I did buy a mechanical fuel pump. But Nate, and he's not on here tonight, V8 Nate, sent me a care package with a brand new Carter electric fuel pump with the filter built into it. He actually sent me some linkage for my dual 40 Cadrons. So as of now, I'll be using, and I also have a Malpassi. It's an Italian fuel pump regulator. And my son gave me a gauge for it. So I'm pretty much all set that way. I hope in about 3, 4, 5 weeks when I get time, I can do a video starting the motor up. It's already had the cam brake in done though. But let me see. I get tired often. Yeah, it's a hectic life. It's the only way I can put it. I do get tired often too now. Yuck, that's math. That's a bad word. Heather don't like math. She's actually very good at math, but she's like, I hate math. But yet she's good at it. I don't get that. I'm going to apologize. Every form of my pain meds are kicking my butt. I'm trying to hang in there, but I can barely keep my eyes up. Alita, go get some rest, honey. I appreciate you stopping, and I do. You're always a very big help. So get some rest, and I hope you feel better very, very soon. Please keep in touch. The poor girl's been through a lot of crap. She really has. I shouldn't say crappy, you know what I mean. Micro, we got another slogan. Oh, yeah, tell James about that one. Everybody wants a new t-shirt. AAA. Air cooled. Wait, what was it now? You believe that? Oh boy. Well, that was, never mind. I have to scroll back. Let the negative but her people go and live on the positive things in life. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Rod. And let me see here. Where are we? Alita, go lay down. Thanks for your help. 56, 62 likes. That was awesome. And you're a big help, Alita. You really are, sweetheart. You truly, truly are. Mr. Morris, how are you, Dawn? Evening on, my first live stream on the subject. I clearly picked the best subject. 70 Gia convertible, yellow bit. North of us. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Convertibles, man. I always remember that saying from Wayne Carini, when the top goes down, price goes up. That is awesome. And thank you so much for coming into the chat. It's every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, just like a big family in here. We talk a lot about everything in all sincerity. This will be my story for a while now. Oh, Belita. Hate math. No, I'm not good at it. You're not bad at math, in all honesty. Let me see. Where are we at? Trying to catch up. Okay, I'm heading out, maybe back. I have to pick Steven up from work. Don't forget Steven. Do not leave him stranded. I'm great at math if it doesn't go past my fingers. I used to help my kids with math, and what a pain in the butt. They changed it since, 300 years ago when I was in school. So that kind of stinks. I had a hard time helping them. And I actually had trig and everything. And Amelia, Miss Allison, hey, is Heather going to decorate for Halloween? I really enjoy her seasonal decorating and look forward to it. And we'll see if Heather answers down here. I'm sure she will. And Slade is crap. I'm just kidding. Slade is crap. ACA shirt. And Air Cold Anonymous. ACA disease. I have so many ideas for shirts. I love shirts, though. I really do. Even stickers. Let me see. Heather, math is best subject. Probably why I'm good at CNC. Oh, if you're doing CNC, Rod, yeah. It's the math must be there. Trig and everything. No doubt about that. And Misty is heading to pick Steven up. I hope she's safe and has a good night. And I can count to 10 easily. Yes, I would love it, Heather. Okay, will do. I count to 12. 4 out of my 3 friends are good at math. That's awesome. Oh my God. Can only count to 9, lost the toe last year. Air cold addicts. I'm sorry. Yeah, something's wrong anymore. I think I just get too much stress or something because my memory is horrible. But it is what it is. New t-shirt coming out, Air Cold Addicts. So Heather will be on a design for that. I think that'll be fun. Although Heather's been on the hunt lately. I still didn't tell you what we're getting next Friday. But Heather's been on the hunt lately. I had to take her to a couple flea teak stores. She's trying to find more Halloween decorations. There's a surprise. Of more 60s and 70s decor, a little bit older if they decor from the Halloween back in the day, And yeah, I know, honey, I am reading too many comments. That's why my brain gets all over the place. And hey, Air Cold Addicts. I love that. We got to think of a design for the shirt, and I'll do some stickers. I think that would be so much fun. Now I'm going to sleep. Good night, Alita. Big hugs to you, my friend. Get some rest, and you get up, and you'll feel great tomorrow. Slades try math. No, what they do in school, I can't even help them. Oh, Rod, it happened. I mean, my kids are in their mid to late 20s now, but they were bringing home math, and I'm like, I had algebra, I had trig, I had geometry, everything. Their math was weird. It was done completely different. It didn't even make sense to me. So we used Google. I need new t-shirt. Mine got mixed in with the kids' laundry last week. Yeah, the Heather can put a Heather, can you put the link up, honey, to the store? Because the store, you can get stickers and t-shirts all from the store on the website to make it easy. Peanut butter is supposed to be good for your brain. I like peanut butter. I really do, in all honesty. My memory is very, very good. But when I get into a situation like here, like I'm reading like 20 different comments, then my brain's like, oh, crap, you know. But thank you, honey. I appreciate that. But I was talking to Heather Rod. I want Rod to be like, oh, he slipped up. But I always like, maybe a lot of people do. Believe it or not, a lot of people buy stickers for support for this channel, and I really appreciate that because I have stickers, I have magnets, there's like 3-4 different stickers. I think it's like me. I love stickers. I don't know why. I should have went to like Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory with the golden ticket. I mean, I love stickers. I can order $1,000 worth of parts. I open the box and I'm rummaging through for the sticker. That's weird, huh? But Air-cooled addict sample sent to messenger. Cold. Okay, I'll check that. I got a plan to get together and show you my Beetle and Impala soon before the weather gets bad. Bob, that's fine with me, brother. Not a problem at all. I'd be more than happy to. Okay, so I'm going to announce something. And the reason I'm doing this, and I hope it doesn't Slade website. Oh, there we go. Yeah, when you go to the website that Heather just put up there, just click on the drop menu and you'll see store. That's where the t-shirts and stickers are. Let me read this first. Update. Liam's been driving for the last month and the 71 Super has been running good. Lost headlights a couple nights ago, but the Slade community has helped me work it out. Hate electrical. Electrical is never fun, brother. Trust me, Toby. I despise electrical. I mean, I'll do it, but it's not my favorite thing to do, you know. But that's awesome, though. I'm proud of Liam. He just started driving, and he's in a Beetle. Reminds me of me, clear back in 1980. Excuse me. I know, Lisa. I have a thing with stickers. I don't, and maybe it's just me. I just love stickers. My toolbox is literally covered in them. Slade, I'm going to put Sue to work this week. Help me. Seats and Beetle Bailey, we really work well together. That's awesome, James. And when it comes to interior stuff, I got to do the carpet in mine soon because next week I'm painting the dash. I'm going to time lapse that for the following video in a week and a half from now because nobody wants to see me sit there and sand and then watch me paint. I always slow the video down while I'm painting though, so people can see the overlap and how it's done. But it's never fun working alone sometimes with that, you know, but when you have your best friend step in, it changes the whole world. Heather, did that help you on spam calls? And creatine monohydrate is good for energy and focus, helps support your AT production, helps fuel the brain cells. I started taking raw creatine and it helped me with my burnout. Wow, Mike, I didn't know that. Heather, can you take a picture of what Mike said, sweetheart? It'll be easier for me. Anything I can take supplemental wise, natural stuff, I do. Heather's got me on all kind of natural stuff, you know. I like trying things like that because I have noticed the difference in some areas, you know. I got to figure out my tremors. Well, now my hands are not shaking, but I have tremors and I was told to just start lifting weights that my muscles are breaking down as I get older. So I am going to attempt that. I didn't do it yet. I didn't understand it, so I have to have Slade do it for me. And okay. And Topher Coy, Slade, as soon as I get a chance, I'll send you pics of how I connected the Bluetooth module to the original knobs. I don't think the post I made the other day showed them in detail. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I didn't want to bug you about it, but I really, really would like to do it. I have a factory AM radio sitting here that does work. And I would love to do that. Why is my mouse jumping everywhere? I would love to do that in all sincerity. And I'm sorry, I'm watching this mouse and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit. But I really, really appreciate it. I really do. And when I do a video, I'm not going to take credit for it, obviously, but I'd like to bring your name up, or even your first name if it's okay, so that I can give a appreciation, and gratitude for that. I just like the original look, of the radios on the dash. And Slade, thank you. And Heather, I need help preventing my phone pocket dialing 911. Oh, I did that in Heather's Grand Cherokee. We got the truck and I wasn't paying attention and hit the button on the mirror. And all I heard somebody going, 911, may I help you? And I looked at Heather and I'm like, what the hell was that? And they're like, hello. And I'm like, what is that? And Heather's like, sounds like 911. Because my dumbass bumped the button on the mirror. I was new to her Grand Cherokee because this Grand Cherokee is loaded. It's got way too much stuff in it. It's Heather's armored car. Raw creatine is way cheaper than the bodybuilding mix is. Yeah, and I mean, I would like to get redefined at one point in life. Believe it or not, I actually was cut and defined. And then food come along, pizza, and then, me not working out. But I would like to get back in shape. I'm 61. I think I need to replenish the body and put it back to where it needs to be. I put a scoop of creatine in the morning coffee, easy peasy. I like easy, trust me. Will creatine raise blood pressure or anything? Because I do got to be careful with stuff like that. I don't know enough about it. I think you need to come out with Slade 12-year-old rum with a picture. Wayne's going to say something. A few on the label behind the wheel of Beetle. So much for not drinking and driving. Oh, Wayne. You gotta love Wayne. He makes me laugh. Let me see here. Derek said, second the creatine monohydrate, especially if you decide to start lifting. Good stuff. Yeah, I am, Derek. Within about a week, or I'm going to start working out. I feel the need to. I know I'm 61. I understand that. I'm not working out for anybody to look at me and go, wow, look at that jerk. And no, I'm doing it for myself, just so I feel better physically, So I definitely will look into that. I appreciate that. Heather, I did a good night chasing chickens back in the coop. This is what I told the sheriff. They laughed. Hard to start a weightlifting program when you pull wrenches all day. Yeah, you know what, Otto? I kind of got in a choice because I had found out when you see my hands shaking in videos, of course they ain't going to do it now. My hands are really not doing anything. But when I start stressing my muscles, that's when they start jerking like that. And I'm not really embarrassed of it because there's many people that have essential tremors, but I've had so many people tell me now that you need to work your arms out. You got at that age the last 4 or 5 years, and that's what happened. So I definitely want to get in better condition, And Ron Witt is up. Mr. Katanning, as the clutch wears, will the clutch free play increase or decrease? As the clutch wears out, your clutch free play will increase. So you might have to tighten it up a little wee bit. I hope I said that right. I'm pretty sure I did. But it can't hurt to check it though, regardless. You know what I mean? It's just part of the maintenance thing on these little mechanical cars. They get mad here like not happy at all. Oh my God, that is hilarious. And at Rod, at least you know you're a jerk, Slade. I know I am. Start walking a couple miles a day. I'm down 70 pounds. Now, Speedster has me actually walking. You people are trying to kill me, huh? I should be walking. I need to drop about 20 pounds, 25 pounds, and I would be really happy about that. My worst evil is I ate lunch today about noon, maybe 11 or 12, and I've not ate since. I've not ate. And Heather does say, do you want me to cook for you, blah, 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 but I don't, like bothering her when I'm trying to diet. But I went back to chewing. I shouldn't have done it. I know. It actually keeps me from eating. So I'll eat once more tonight. But there's my bad thing. I start eating like late at night, and that is the worst time. And I guess sugar and breads and pastas, that's what happened there. So, I got to get better. Diet doesn't mean starving yourself. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't starve myself, but I don't do good with just sitting around eating salads and salads. I got to be in the mood for that. But Okay, what do we have? We have 51 people here, so I'm going to make an announcement, and I don't know who's all still in here. I knew the first Friday would be shady. We're missing about 30, 40 people, and it's okay because a lot of people may have not caught that we switched days, you know what I mean? So I pretty much don't eat a meal till supper time, then I snack all night. James, that's a problem with me. I'm like, I can go all day without eating. Don't even bother me. And then late at night, food just starts, now I'm getting hungry. Food just starts looking really good to me. And then Heather goes to bed, and then I'm looking at the fridge like, she'll never know. But let me see. Chevy Man said, has anybody had any luck after you static time a new engine, build say 1600, and dialing it right without a light just by moving the distributor a little, but until it starts to smooth out? I've timed them by ear before, and you kind of get a knack for that. I mean, I static time, and then depending on the distributor, I go full wide open at 3,000 RPM, and I go between 28 and 32 degrees at wide open throttle. I mean, don't blow your motor up, but I found the best was 30 degrees. 32 started to make it run a little bit hot on my last one. So that's what I do. Slade and Heather's cookies and send them to me. Yeah, there won't be no cookies going out for a little while. We're doing my daughter's wedding soon, so Heather's going to be a little busy with that, of course. Try the Lord's lettuce. It will make you hungry. The Lord's lettuce. I can't think of what that is, Chris. I'm trying. Lord's lettuce. Carnivore pizza. Oh, pizza. All the pepperoni and Italian sausage you want without crust. Hey, you know, it's funny that Troy, how are you, my friend? Welcome in. And Otto, at one point, Heather made me, what was that? Have like some kind of crust, Greek yogurt crust or something. And it's supposed to be good for you. Like, it's not a bad thing like pizza crust. I got to quit making homemade pizza so much. And it was supposed to be pretty good for you, I suppose. And me and my wife to talk about doing a fasting thing supposed to have a lot of benefits. I don't like missing a meal, though. Oh, Bob, trust me. It's, yeah, Greek yogurt crust. That was it. I have a hard time not eating. I mean, I'm not a pig about it, but come evening, it's like wide open for me. It's like, okay, let's start eating. Where's Heather? Coach, she is here. And is it Friday already? Sheesh, week flew by. It did, Jonathan. This week did kind of go quick, in all sincerity. It really, really did. I almost forgot yesterday that I had a chat tonight because I'm used to Sunday night chats. And it'll be nicer me putting my videos. I'll put the new video every week will be out Sunday around 11 or 12, right around there. And then you can always catch up on it in the evening if you're busy on Sundays, you know. You're very, very welcome, Chevy Man. Ian says, I've been trying to maintain a caloric deficit of 500 calories, will translate to 1 pound loss per week. Wow, 500 calories. That I don't even know how many calories I eat a day, probably like 38 million, you know, but I mean, I can tank the food down, but I do got to start watching just because of age, you know, and stuff like that. It's not easy. It's mostly at night is when I technically, you know, start doing the eating thing. And I have a hard time actually not, because I'll just get sick and then I can't sleep at night. So probably a really bad thing to do. Michael, my nose are ready. And you're not as old as dirt. You were not Jesus counselor. Come on. And let me see here. What are the benefits of having peacocks? I love them. Oh, God, you're not getting no more animals. Please. No. Where did you come up with something like that? But let me see here. All righty. Okay, so I'm gonna break in here and and tell you I need some positive vibes sent out because Heather likes her vintage cars. You know that. I bought her a new Grand Cherokee and she likes it, but she likes her old cars. She likes driving the older ones. So I do drink a lot of water. I'm a water hog. I did find Heather a 1964 AMC Rambler, and people that know me know I'm an AMC nut. Missed my Javelin with the 360. It ran good, but I actually found Heather a 64 Rambler. I couldn't make it there this weekend. So next Friday, we may be taking a 2-hour drive with a U-Haul dolly and checking this car out. It's patina. It got Poppy's patina wiped on it. I can't show you a picture because I don't have one on me. Inline 6, which I'll hop up with some Clifford Performance for her. But the car is all solid. There's no rust anywhere. The original paint's on it, 40,000 miles. And underneath, the frame is all clean. Now, I'm going by what the guy told me. You know what I mean? So we are going to take a trip to wonderful West Virginia and figure out if we're buying it or not. And I hope we do. And you'll see that on Heather's channel, because I can't put that on a Volkswagen channel. I mean, I guess I can't, but we're going to film the trip there and everything. I think it'll be fun. So I really need some positive vibes for Heather on this AMC. Please, a little bit of positive vibes for her. I know she really wants this car. Let me see. Heather, they are allowed. I have 3. I fly on my trees, top of the house, garage, pretty much everything by the coupe. Yeah, you know what, James? I like the inline 6s. I do. And I agree. They're very good motors. Even the, Ford, Dodge, Mopar, all the inline 6s, or the infamous slant 6, I had one. They're great motors. They really are. And I'm not looking for anything fast for her, that way. So, I mean, I think that'll be cool. Hopefully, I'm just hoping, AMC Rambler, awesome. I grew up where they made a show in Wisconsin. They have a great AMC show there called Homecoming. And you know what, Derek? I've always been that guy, because I had a Javelin when I was young, and, so on and so on. And I've always thought AMC was unique. I just thought, they were cool. And when I seen this Rambler, I said to her, do you want this Rambler? It's got the original paint on it. It's patinaed. It's not rusted. Interior's a little ratty, needs fixed up. That'll be Heather's department. So I'm hoping if it doesn't sell by the following Friday, we will be filming it and bringing it back. The whole spiel, going to see it, putting it on a U-Haul dolly, bringing it back, showing it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But I will have to put that on Heather's channel, because everybody have a heart attack if I put it on my channel. So let's open another channel. My grandfather was all about with Rambler. That's awesome. So glad you didn't drop sad news. Yeah, I mean, he told me if it don't sell this weekend, nobody can see it starting Monday, because he goes back to work. And next Friday, I'm going to grab a dolly, hook it up, and hit the road. About a 2-hour drive. So I'm taking my buddy with me, and we'll strap it up, check it over. I'm really excited for Heather, because I sold her Nova, as you all know. No joking there. I sold that like 5 years ago. And I think she'll like the Rambler a lot better, because her Nova was 74 4-door, so it looked a little wonky the way they designed them then. But I'm really, really excited for her. I hope this all works out. I really do. I started counting my calories, limiting myself 1,700 a day. Went from 210 to 175, ate whatever I wanted. And 1,700, it works. Oh, that's cool, Coach. I never count calories. And truthfully, Coach, I should be doing that. But I'm very reckless when it comes to, well, not reckless, negligent, where I should be counting calories and watching what I'm eating, because I can lose weight like that. Like, seriously quick. I can cut and define fast with working out, like from muscle memory. But I don't try. If I'm passing a pizza shop, I'm like, whoa. Or a vintage Carson in the weeds, I have worked on all the weeks post some AMC stuff. I won't be mad. I had a few people say post it on your channel, or on my channel, I'm sorry. And they said, just put the AMC up on like Monday and then do the Beetle stuff on another day. So I can also change my name over to Slades Garage and do both. You know what I mean? But AMC is just cool. Chris, straight 6s are very hard to kill. I'm glad Heather's seeing that. The straight 6 motor is phenomenal. It really, really is. Because I said to her, I can slap a 289 in it. And she's like, no. Heather likes the inline 6s. That's what her Nova had. And sending positive vibes. Neil, thank you very much. I probably shouldn't have announced it and jinxed ourselves, but hopefully with all the positive vibes from my family here, we'll be able to get Heather that, and you'll be seeing a video on either her channel or mine the following week. What is the ideal RPM for highway driving at around 65? I'm usually right around 3,000 RPM. What is the red line RPMs for 1600? Is 3,500 RPMs too high to shift from third to fourth gear? I don't know the red line, Wayne. That's really funny you brought that up. I never, and I do run a tachometer and all mine, especially with the stroker motor. However, I don't know the red line. That's a very good question. I did probably years ago, but 3,000 RPMs sounds about right at 65 RPM. And I think that's why a lot of people switch over to freeway flyers. I won't do that unless I'm running the highway a lot, to be honest with you. But 3,500 RPMs shifting from third to fourth is not a real big deal, in all sincerity. Yes, I want that car, and the sixes are awesome. Heather's a huge inline six fan. And, Ron, it's a 64 AMC Rambler, American AMC Rambler. But Heather's always been a fan because my Valiant had a slant six, but I tweaked it and messed with it. Then her Nova had the inline six, the 250 Chevy, really great motor. And when I told her this Rambler had a straight six in it, she's like, okay, I want it. Heather's a big fan of this. All old cars are cool. VWs are just cooler. And you're right, Jackson. They are. VWs, they left a mark in history. They really, really did, in all honesty. And the 64 Rambler is a good little car, easy to work on. Yeah, there's not much to them, James, in all sincerity. I'm very excited for Heather. I just hope everything goes well until next Friday. I already called U-Haul today about getting a U-Haul dolly and hooking it up to Heather's Jeep. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody's things. Loud scream. I think they say why, that very loud. Oh, peacocks. Why Heather's bringing up peacocks? No. I really want to import a Mopar 265 Hemi 6. I'm not familiar with those, Mike. I'm really not. I don't know about the Hemi 6. That's very interesting. West Virginia has some wonderful food. Be sure to get some pepperoni buns. Oh, I'll check into that. I like food. See what Baja did right there? I was trying to get away from the food, and he's like, you got to eat, man. And I like pepperoni, so let me see here. People are bad for noise, but sometimes I whistle and I get them going on purpose. I do that with Lily, my dog. I'll start howling, and the next thing you know, my Rottweiler thinks it's a wolf and it's howling at the moon. Oh, my AMC Eagle, good old 258s. Oh, yeah, the 258. Was that the one that had the plastic valve cover? Because when I was a mechanic back in the day, forever and ever and ever, I could swear the 258s, I was always changing the valve cover because they would crack and stuff. I could be wrong. It's been many years. But Rod, I need to visit you. I call Rod the honey man because he has got bees in a good way. If it doesn't work out, you get a Dodge Dart. You know what? There we go. My buddy Dave, I haven't seen him in quite a while. He lived over in Lober near me. He did a Dodge Dart, but I think he fell ill. And he did a really nice job on it. And he sold it as he went downhill health-wise, sadly. I don't know why I just told that story. Maria, I think my peacock sounds like moaning lonely cat. Or rather, had a Rambler Rebel years ago. Loved it. I'll tell you, Chris, they're getting a little hard to come by. And I did look up to see if I could get parts. A little more expensive than normal, I will say that. Water pumps, or alternator / generator. Tie rod end I seen was like $90. But I thought, you know what? I'm not going to be driving at 20,000 miles a year. Heather wants it. I'll get it. Still has the original AM radio. The car is 100% original down to the hubcaps. Every chrome is on it. Everything is on this car. Nothing has been altered. And that guy's the second owner. So you'll see a video coming up in about the following Sunday if we get it. The whole me haggling with the guy, putting on a dolly, towing it home, Heather staring out the back window of the Jeep, watching it get towed, then brought it here and go over it. I think it'll be a fun video, but I may have to do it on Heather's channel. I don't want people to get lost and go, what is Slade doing? Why are we doing a Rambler this week? You know, there's a guy out here near me that has 66 Falcon for sale, 4,500. That's actually cheap. Don't know a lot about the condition mechanically, but it was pretty solid. I seen a two-door 60, I don't want to lie, I can't remember the year, 65 Falcon or something. Could be 66. It's on the marketplace for 3,300. It was covered up for the last million years. And I wished I could grab that one, but I'm real interested in this AMC because I'm an AMC nut, you know. I love the sixes. Yeah, Heather does. She really does. Good night. Hey, good night, Toby. Thanks for stopping in, brother. I hope you have a great weekend. And tell Liam we said good night also. And do it, Heather. You'll love it. Peak power is a little past $4,000 if I call correctly. Yeah, it's not my, 3,500 shifting third to fourth. He's fine. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't like go crazy and be twisted 6,200 RPM, you know. Let me see. I got to catch up here. My one and only Cherokee with AMC owned Jeep, 86 model, had that powerhouse 2.8 in it. Hey, them old Jeeps were awesome in all sincerity. Stick heavy in it. I'm going to about 20 ducks, geese, 13 hen, 3 roosters. I told them all to go to bed and they get inside the coop except the darn peacocks. I have to chase them around. Bad thing they fly. That doesn't sound fun, Maria. Sounds like you got McDonald's farm going on there. That is awesome. I'm not allowed to have much where I live. I get mad. We're not even allowed chickens, and I won't get into all that and bore everybody, but we wanted chickens really bad, and it kind of paid me off. But we live in Gestapo land. Rather rest in the shed only spot every night. And good night, all. Have a great, safe weekend. Have a good weekend, Wayne. And thank you. I'll be watching the mail. Wayne sent me a care package. I'm very excited about that. And there's stuff in there for Heather, but I won't tell her what. But much love, brother. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And let me see here. You too, Wayne. Night, Wayne. Other little peacocks hatch next year. I'll donate one to you. And let me see here. I'm just trying to catch up. And the Hemis were available in Australia, but they were screamers. I never even knew about that, Mike. And I have never heard of a Hemi 6. Now I'll be looking on Google tonight because it'll make me crazy. Hey, have a good weekend, Bob. Nice seeing you, brother. Thanks for being in here. And tell Vicky we said hello. And we used to call Rambler Kenosha Cadillac because they were built in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Oh, I didn't know that, Jim. Excuse me. That's interesting. That's where Bob's at. He's out in Wisconsin. I had no idea. I really did not. Let me see. Had an AMC Eagle Woody station wagon. Damn thing wouldn't go anywhere. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt, Customs. Yeah. There was one for sale down the road for me, and it vanished pretty quick. And it had the wood grain on it and everything. It was actually pretty cool. Heather, we will keep the secret. And AMC, the original crossover SUV. Yeah, AMC was ahead of things then, whether you liked them or not. Derek, they were definitely ahead. I just thought AMC was cool. I remember seeing different AMC stuff in the old Bond movies where it was Roger Moore and then Sean Connery. I don't know why, but there was a lot of, there was an Ambassador, a Hornet. I remember stuff like that, but I don't remember a shirt we named earlier. Figure me out. Good idea to put it on Mrs. Slade's channel. I thought so too, Otto, to be honest with you. So that's probably where it will end up, because I think people will get very confused real fast with it on my channel. They're going to be like, okay, what is he doing? You know. Thank you, Amelia. Appreciate the good vibes. Appreciate that so much. Heather never asks me for anything, literally anything in 35 years. So when she does get excited about something, I will go out of my way for her. Sorry, miss, what type of AMC are you getting? I love old Ramblers. That's okay, Stuart. It's a 1964, same year as my birth date. That's how I remember it. AMC Rambler in line 6. She's a Butte, Clark. I mean, it's truthfully, that was weird, huh? The original paint is still on it. So he poppy patinaed it. All new tires. Inside's a little ratty, but Heather will take care of that. You know, it'll be her car. Hey, we got to head out for the night, but have a great night. It's been fun. Hey, thanks, James. I hope you and Sue have a really, really great weekend, my friend. Thank you so much. Let me see. Is Wayne sending me bottled coffee? Oh my God, I love that man. I don't know. I'm not telling you what he's sending you. I like Wayne. I'm so glad we got to spend time with him. Well, you got more time with him than I did because it was hard for me that day with everybody. And oh, why where have you been? 72 and a 74. I had a 72 SST 360. And I know Heather gets tired of me talking about that Javelin. And they were cool. The cockpit style dashboard, just, I don't know. I really miss my Javelin. There's pictures of it on the channel here because I did a video once and I said something in the beginning about what cars I've owned in the past. And I put a picture up of it and I missed that car. I learned to drive a stick and an Eagle. I think the Eagles were cool. Heather's right, in all honesty. They were a cool vehicle. I think they were ahead of their time. Somebody may argue about that, but And Robert, hey, just joined, have an engine. I was for 70 minutes and looking for a replacement engine for 1600, 1922 with original tranny work for both. Will the original tranny work for both? What would the group go for? Truthfully, your transmission will work with any of them. But if you start getting out of control, and like stomping it to the floor and shifting hard, you're going to need a heavier duty transmission, Robert, to be quite honest with you. But I don't have any extra motors right now, obviously, But 1914, I would highly recommend that size, or 1904. But the 1914, 1915, they're great motors. They really, really are. If you're not doing burnouts and slamming gears, you'll be okay. Because if you want to wind it up to 5,500 RPM and shift, as long as you're not banging that clutch hard, you'll be fine without getting a $2,000 transmission. Not bad though, to tell you the truth, for Volkswagen trannies compared to most cars. Has anyone in here being in the Rust Mania tour? I just went 2 weeks ago to one in North Carolina, and it was amazing. Inventors using lots of Dodge diesel motor and rusty body, but chains for steering wheels. No, Maria, no, I'm not. I mean, that's pretty interesting. And chains for steering wheels was big back in the 70s. Obviously, I was a child and didn't have a car then, but I remember going to car shows like the convention center we had that's no longer there, I guess. But I remember chain steering wheels in the vans. And me being me, a kid with too much interest, used to say, will people get their fingers stuck in the chain while they're driving? I was a strange kid. There was a cheap Eagle SS4 here on Marketplace last week. Oh, wow, the SX4. No, the one I seen wasn't like that. That's actually pretty cool, in all sincerity. Did they make the Rambler wagons too? Bob, yes, they did. I was looking tonight at some specs, and back in the day when I was young, I know you get tired of these stories. When anybody had a station wagon back then, we rolled our eyes. Now everybody wants them old wagons, and they are not cheap, my friend. Even old Chevy wagons, Ford wagons. I have a 67 F100 3.9L in patina for sale soon. Wow, a 67 F100. I wished I had the money for that. I would grab that, Maria. I would come right to you and buy it. 66. But I love old Ford trucks. I really, really do. You forgot Slade. She asked for her towels and hairdryer back. Thank you, Rod. I love you too. He's trying to get me now. And he's sitting there snickering right now. I know he is. Yes, I believe they did, Bob. And I remember kids in high school in Kenosha would be driving. It's a Hearst Rambler. I believe now it's a $100,000 car. Oh, yeah. Now it is. I mean, half the cars that we sold back in a day for $200, $300, $400, what were we thinking? Of course, then again, we didn't know any better, Hearst Rambler, though, ooh, I would like that. And let me see. It's been a pleasure, folks. This old man is calling it a night. Love the show. Chris, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I do appreciate your support very much. But I think you know that. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I'll see you next Friday night. I have a 74 millimeter crankshaft, that's what's in my 1904 is a 74 millimeter. It's not too steep, kind of keeps it okay without losing dependability. Let me see. Where did it go? I always wanted wagons because I'm a weirdo like that. No, you're not weird, Mike. I like the wagons and some of the old Fords from the early 60s. And Mopar always had some weird looking stuff. And when I say weird, I mean weird in a good way. Back in the early 60s. And just like the Rambler, I'm getting Heather. It's a weird car. But me and Heather are weird. So, you know, I just think some of them old cars are really cool, especially the wagons. You're right about the wagons if we knew what we know now. Oh, Bob, there's no doubt about that. You know, sadly, we didn't know. I was selling like restored bugs that I did back in the day for like $900 in the 80s. So it make me sick now. But Eagle SX4 is a hatchback, methinks. You might be right, Otto. That I'm not sure about, to be honest with you. Let me see here. I just don't want to miss anybody. I don't like doing that. I was just scrolling back real quick. Michael, how about a Vista Cruiser? Wasn't that Oldsmobile? Vista Cruiser? I could be wrong. And Creek Stain, hello to you. Thank you for stopping in. And Rosa busy the car, the new towels and hair dryer for the garage. Rod and Heather just killing me. 74 crank, 100 cam, which is angle. I'm running a 110 cam in mine. 92 pistons, 50 remote headspace. Heads are 35 over 40 dual port. What size engine would be? 90 and a half by 74 is a 1904. I would have to look on my chart to see the 92 by 74. Is that a 2054? Or no. Well, it could be a 2054. I don't have my chart near me, Maria. I honestly don't, in all sincerity. I like the Angle 110 cam, though. Very nice cam. I wanted a Chevy 2 wagon, but absolutely no one was ever willing to sell theirs. Oh, no. The Chevy 2 wagons, just like the old Chevy 2 Novas from the 60s, you could not kill them cars. That's why they quit making the 283, the inline six back end, because, yeah, they kind of started having problems with people not buying new cars for a while, so they killed the 283 out. I mean, where do you buy parts? A little bit everywhere, Troy. I mean, and I always say that because it depends on what parts you want. You know what I mean? Like if I'm buying rubbers, rubber seals for like your windshield, you want soft rubber, you know, as I go through Wolfsburg West or West Coast Metric for rubber parts. But I bought a lot of stuff from Wolfsburg anyhow, because they have really nice parts. West Coast Metric, CB Performance, CP1. J-Bugs is hit and miss with me. 1968cc. Thank you, Waihi. I don't have my chart near me, my friend. Thank you. J-Bugs a couple times have been out of the specific part that I would order. And they charged me and they're like, well, just wait 2-3 weeks. It'll be in. I'm like, no, how about you refund my credit card on the part that was back ordered and I'll just get it somewhere else. I can't wait. So, I mean, they don't like rob you of stuff or anything like that though. But Slade, with the bright light in the back, I think I can see the patina growing during the live stream. It's getting there. Yeah, the painting's coming up soon. I did the door. I showed it last week when it was hanging, but I put it on a car right now to get it out of the way. Vista Cruiser's Oldsmobile, I thought so. Wasn't Vista Cruiser, and I could be wrong here, Rod, bear with me. Wasn't the Vista Cruiser Oldsmobile wagon the car that was Reds in that 70s show? I really need to get a life, don't I? That was probably weird. I shouldn't have brought it up. I built one for my Baja. It's a kick. And the reason I asked, I wanted a saw blade crank pulled, but only J-Bugs has one. Well, as long as they have it in stock, I mean, you're okay. But just make sure they have it in stock. That's all. Because if not, then they charge you. Then you got to wait, you know. But just check, Troy. Even if you got to call them real quick and just say, hey, I was making sure this is actually in stock. And then they'll take care of you. Mr. Creek or Miss Creek, I don't know. I can't see the avatar from here. I'm learning a lot from your videos, so I want to say a big thank you. I was an old Mopar guy. I sold my 68 Charger. Ooh, crap. And bought my first VW, and I 60s on a Corrado. My Beetle was my 8th VW. Well, that is awesome, Creek. Awesome. And thank you for the comment. I'm glad that you enjoyed the videos. They will never stop, because even when the 68's done, I don't know if I'm pointing right there, when that's done in 4 months, 5 months, worst case scenario, I'm going to be doing community members, club members, Beetles for them here. So I think that'll be cool. It'll save me from putting out a lot of money into the Beetles myself right now. But I'm going to start doing community members, Beetles, and filming them. You got to keep the channel alive. You got to keep it fun. You know what I mean? But 68 Charger, I'd have had a hard time letting that go. But I understand, you know, people say that to me, why did I get rid of this car, that car? And, you know, we do things like that. But welcome aboard. I'm really glad to hear this. I'm building one, but with FI Tech and turbo. Oh, the turbo will be, that wakes things up a little bit. Turbo, my buddy got a supercharger, Barry's Blowers, I think they're called. I was tempted to buy that off of him because, you know, yeah, that was in the 70s show. Okay, Mike, I thought so, because honestly, those are type of shows I enjoy. They're kind of like low key and they take you back in time, you know, and I remembered that Vista Cruiser. Your Santa pic you posted looks creepy. My Santa pic. I can't think of a Santa pic. Do you mean my Santa stuffed animal from when I was a kid at Christmas time? Because I think that's in Heather's Christmas tour cottage video every year. Although this year we're not putting it on my channel no more, because I think that bores people on my channel. We always do the Christmas cottage tour because Heather over decorates and it looks like Santa threw up in my home, but she does a really nice job. But we're going to put that on her channel or something from now on, because I just don't think it suits the channel well. Rod, my kids hate that thing. Okay, that must be what he was talking about. Yes, sir, correct, Slade. That was my most favorite show, True Friends there. You know what? I like that show. I really, really did. And what I was watching the other night, your laugh here, I was watching old Adam 12 episodes and Emergency, if you folks remember them two shows. And I know them shows probably seem weird to you, but somehow they just make me happy. They make me feel like I got to watch with these words that I use. The things were a little bit more normal to me, because that's when I grew up, you know, and I love watching them old shows. Family Affair, that was with Buffy and Jody, and I won't get into a big thing here and bore you folks, but I used to love watching them shows, and now that I found a lot of that stuff on streaming, I just like can't get enough of it now. And Heather's been on the Bionic Woman thing. She's been watching the Bionic Woman. Never realized how pretty she was. I never really watched that show that much when I was little. I was watching The $6 Million Man because I thought it was cool. But lots of them old shows, they really, really make you smile. You know what I mean? But enough about that, though. VW Corrados are so cool. You know what was really cool, too, is the Scirocco's. I heard they had some problems with them, but I thought they were pretty cool. Your post on FB, you posted Santa with the two boys. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry about that. No, that wasn't my family, but I think you knew that, Rod, because I posted that because of Greg. What is up, brother? Hogan's Heroes. Oh, Heather's going to react to that. That's one of her favorite shows, Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, she loves a Bionic Woman. And you know what, Craig? Wait a minute. Let me see who said that. No, it was Rod. I posted that picture to be funny because it said back in the 70s, Santa smelled like, you know, cigarettes and beer or something. I took my kids, I'll make a long story real short. I took my kids to see Santa every year because, you know, they're your kids, you love them to death. And we were getting ready to walk into the store where Santa was supposed to be. Santa was on break. You know why? He was standing out front of the store smoking a cigarette in front of all the children. Really? No joke. I was so mad. Kids are delicate. No matter what, I know, and it isn't even funny. I went inside and I'm like, Santa's outside smoking in front of the kids. And my friend worked there and just went, oh my God. And she ran outside. And there's my kids going, oh, Santa smokes cigarettes. And I'll shut up now. But man, did that make me mad. But Hogan's Heroes, Greg, welcome in, brother. Heather loves that show. Greg, did you ever see a movie called Stalag 17? I don't know, because you brought up Hogan's Heroes. It triggered that. It's an older movie. One of my favorites, though. I really like that movie. I was almost only the old shows. They seem goofy now, but I still like watching them. They bring back a lot of good old memories. And they do, Bob. I kind of got weird on Facebook. Like I said today, I snapped and threw a fit, and I probably shouldn't have done that because the way that I was raised and trained in different things, I was always told to stay focused and calm. And I do, even under extreme pressure. And it doesn't make me special. I'm not some Superman or super guy. I'm just a guy. And I snapped on my post today on YouTube to the point, I'm sorry, not YouTube, my Facebook, where I had people ringing my phone asking, you okay? Did you get hacked? Did you post that? Because there's so much ignorance now, and I'm tired of it. Not towards me at all. I get along with everybody, but I just, I thought you people need to just step back, watch some, get away from the news, watch some old TV shows, smile, spend time with your son, your daughter. That's what's important instead of the stupidity. So I kind of said some undesirable things on there, which now I feel like I look like a lowlife talking that way, but I was just irritated. Okay, I thought you meant the creepy Santa he has. Yeah, that's what I thought, Hez. I thought the creepy Santa Claus I got from when I was little. I find it hard to watch those old shows because the acting was so terrible. Stuart, the acting was not up to par like today. I will say that. I do agree. You know what I like watching more than anything? I'll be honest, and Heather can back me on this. I like watching a lot of the Discovery or History channels and watching documentaries on Egyptian tombs, archaeology. I'm real big on watching archaeology stuff. I love watching documentaries and history stuff. I told you I'm weird. I can't help it. But I Dream of Jeannie. Oh, Barbara Eden, I think was her name. And then Bewitched. We had such good shows then. We had All in the Family, the Jeffersons, but now people watch it and they get upset and the whole thing. And I don't understand why we can't joke any longer, but it's part of life, Santa Claus, sponsored by Philip Morris. Yeah, because I watch a lot of them old YouTube clips like 1960s commercials, 1970s commercials. I really need to get a life. And there's Viceroy, cigarette doctor smoking and going, I recommend these highly. A doctor. Good thing I took those off the air. Yes. Okay. Greg did see it. Stalag 17. Greg, that is one of Heather's favorite shows besides Hogan's Heroes, unless she's watching, a documentary. The old Bond movies. Yep. I like my favorite Bond movies are the old ones and probably because I grew up with them with Sean Connery, Roger Moore. I forget the other ones, but those were my favorite ones, the old Bond movies. I thought they were unique, and I agree with Heather. Well, that Santa looked like he had bad intentions. Yeah, I caught that too, Rod. Our children are important to us. Some of us can see right through stuff with people. I bet you could get a better deal on the car if you park the car trailer a block over. People will always make the price go up. You know what, James? I'm getting if you mean the AMC that I'm grabbing, Heather, I'm getting a good deal as long as it is what he says it is. Because if I drive 2 hours and he lied to me, obviously I'm not going to do something crazy, but I'm not going to be in a very good mood, But 007 rules. Yes, absolutely. They got all the cool gadgets, I missed that post, and I don't know which one Heather means. And auto, yes, not many have even heard of them. Hand-stitched Italian leather. I missed that car. Oh, yeah, hand-stitched leather. Ooh, I love the Monsters and Addams Family. Oh, the Monsters were awesome. They really were. I used to watch that a lot. Gilligan's Island, and we had some great shows then. And Innocence, too. If you watched the Brady Bunch, your parents didn't have to check on you. Well, mine never did, but it was some good times then. You could turn the TV on for the most part and not monitor your kid. We were helicopter parents in a way, but we raised our kids to still be tough in a kind way to other children. And truthfully, I got kind of weird with what they watched. So did Heather. We were always checking on them, mostly VHS tapes, because I wanted to know what they were watching. And then sometimes they'd leave the room and I'm sitting there, watching SpongeBob when it was on and didn't know they left the room. Ugh, how weird is that? Battery dying, you have to go. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, Rod. I'll catch up with you tomorrow, brother. And everything's coming along with your house. I'm so happy for you. I really mean that. I've been to rocks, old rocks. There's history at our feet. You know what? Wait a minute. Okay. Rock. Heather stacks rocks. I don't know what that's called. Good night, Scott. Have a great weekend, brother. Good luck on your paintwork tomorrow. Don't forget to update me. I have to film tomorrow, so if I don't answer for a couple hours, it means I have my phone in airplane mode. Rod, I hope he has a great weekend and things keep getting better and better for him. Yeah, Heather stacks rocks. I don't know what that's called. She does that near her pond, her zen. Heather has to have her zen areas, and I think that's very good for us psychologically. I'm hiding in the past these days too. Greg, I understand, brother. I'd like to get on the phone with you soon, Greg. I haven't heard your voice in a while, brother. Not to sound weird or anything, but I like talking to Greg because he has a good intelligence level and a great personality. I hide in the past a lot anymore. It's just what we do sometimes, to avoid. And Gamer, how are you? Welcome in. And my favorite Bond film is The Living Daylights. That car was awesome to a little boy. I don't know that one. I don't know Living Daylights. I don't know that one, my friend. I can't think of that. I don't want to lie. I can't remember that one. Let me see. Are you hauling the trailer there, or you pick up a trailer near the car? Otto, I'm taking a U-Haul dolly. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm taking a U-Haul dolly and just letting the rear end on the ground and towing it that way because it does have new tires on it. Excuse me 1 minute. I felt like at Marco Rubio that time, sitting there drinking water. That was weird. Let me see. Nice guy. How about Fantasy Island? The plane. Where is the plane, boss? I loved it. It's hard to watch now. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while, Bob, but I did watch that before. George said, let them get upset. Archie and George Jefferson were snapshots of time. They both hyper-exaggerated the point of the foolishness of people. And you know what? I loved them shows, George. I did. And to me, All in the Family, the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, and I watched all of those. I was a little kid sitting on that ugly green sculpted carpet my parents had. Ugh, Heather hates when I bring it up. And truthfully, I love them old shows. This is what we grew up with. I watch Adam 12. I have, and I don't brag. I'm not a bragging person, so I hope nobody takes this wrong. But I have on the upwards of over 400 DVDs that I've collected for Heather and I, and they range from the 1950s up to the early 80s, and that's my cutoff. I have a couple newer movies, but I'm not real big into those. I could just eliminate. I don't have cable. I don't like cable TV, but I do have streaming because I do have an addiction for archaeology and just things that are found, from our past. I find that very exciting. Eric, okay, I'm about to drop a differential in my transaxle. Should I prelude the main side cover bearings with axle grease or assemble lube or other? You know what? I truthfully, the tranny guy's not on here tonight, Brian. He's my transmission expert, for real. He reboots transmissions. He's very good at what he does. I would definitely prelude. I guess you could just use regular axle grease because when I had mine apart and I did the differential bearing on it, I don't know if you've seen that video. I used regular axle grease because once it heats up with a 90 weight, it's going to dissolve that grease anyhow. So that's what I did, and he didn't scorn me for it or beat me or get me in an arm bar. You know what I mean? So that was weird, huh? Rock balancing. Thank you, Heather. I could not think of what it was called. Heather likes rock balancing. She'll have 6 of them stacked high. I always called them lucky stones. I really don't know why. They're the big round stones. I tried to stack one and it kept falling over, and I looked like a kid in kindergarten that shouldn't have belonged there yet. Yes, sir. The bad thing back then was it was time to change the channels. It was getting up off the floor, go turn the knobs, and move the rabbit antenna. I hate it. Maria, when I was little, long story short, because I know I bore you folks sometimes, we had a 19-inch black and white TV when I was little in the early 70s, and I don't remember the brand. And the rabbit ears with tinfoil on the end. And we didn't know any better, though. And we only got like 5 channels, and you had to debate on which channel you were going to watch because there were so many shows on them that were really great. I've been watching a lot of the Dean Martin Celebrity Roast on YouTube. I used to love that show. And sadly, those people are all gone now. That's the way life works, you know. But I really watch a lot of stuff like that because I'm not trying to avoid current situations. I'm well aware of what's going on. And does it make me happy? No. But it's okay because I have my family, my friends, I have you folks. So I watch old stuff on TV and indulge in working in the garage and going to some car shows because we got to be happy and keep your kids happy. Don't let them overindulge in stuff and get depression from all the crapola. Make your kids happy. Spend time with them. I'm sorry, being a dictator over here. Rock balancing is a big deal here in Idaho. I didn't know that, Oahe. I really did not, to be honest with you. Timothy Dalton between Roger Moore, Pierce Morgan. Dalton only did 2 films. Timothy Dalton, I think that's the one I like. I can't remember because I'm a huge Roger Moore fan and Sean Connery from back in the day. Were the mid 60s and 70s, I guess, because I was a baby in the 60s. But my lady picks up rocks everywhere, brings them home. Her small piles of rocks in the house. Her trunk is full of rocks. If I move her rocks, get snippy. Mike, I understand. You have no idea. We go out rock hunting. Heather has to have them big flat rocks, and she makes walkways, and it's around their pond for the koi. I wish you could all come here and just sit by the pond one night. Heather has done a phenomenal job, and I'm not a bragger. It's not my goal to brag. I'm sure many people have done wonderful jobs, but I'm proud of Heather. She did a really, really great job on the pond. It's so beautiful, and I love that zen when I'm sitting there in the evening because I need it. I never saw that rock thing until living here. I didn't even know about it, but it's part of Heather's heritage. I won't get into her heritage if she would like to. That's up to her. But there's a very big stone carbon dated way back over in wherever she tells you, Ireland or something, with her real last name on it. And they don't even know how old it is. So I think that's really cool. Heather has a very interesting background with her family heritage. I don't know why I got into that either. Maybe she teach me what it is I should learn about them. And my kids don't even know what TV is pretty much 8 months out of the year. Yeah, and it's not good for them to sit in front of TV all the time. And I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, but I think it's healthier to get outside, get dirty, get your hands dirty, do things, you know, and that is something that I think keeps them healthy, you know, psychologically. And again, I'm not a doctor. I mean, what do I know? Bob, have a great weekend, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. It's always a good time here. And you let me know, Bob, shoot me an email. And we'll figure out a time to get together. Just send me an email, please, so I can get that worked out. England. Okay. I'm sorry, Heath. I could not remember. Okay, then she is like me. Good night, Bob. Yeah, I mean, it's I think that TV now, not that I am some expert at giving advice, but I think TV now is a bunch of crap unless you're watching something old or, like, again, I like documentaries. I'm hooked on archaeological diggings and findings, and I think I missed my calling. I would have really liked that. But, you know, TV, when we were young, our parents just put in front of the TV and you watched anything you wanted. That's called PTSD and trauma now. It's lots of strange things on television now. I think they went too far, to be honest with you. And I believe in freedom of speech. I understand that, but there's such a thing as going too far. and kids see that and they don't forget it. I shouldn't be going this way online tonight. I apologize. 100% they watch TV as they fall asleep, no tablet. They have a fully stocked craft room and 20 acres of woods. Yeah, right, Misty, and I agree. I mean, honestly, my kids were in the woods playing a lot, everywhere we lived. And my kids did have an Xbox. They had a PlayStation, but Heather was extreme about that with limiting them. They would each get 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, and that was it. They were done. She's like, okay, time to study. She would study with them, stuff like that. Or she'd say, okay, now you need to go out and play. Although then she was checking on them every 20 minutes. But I didn't allow my kids to sit there. I wasn't a mean parent. I mean, I would even play Tiger Woods golf. I like the golf, with them on their Wii system because it got them up off their butt and playing and moving around, and sometimes my kids would stay home because other kids didn't know how to act. And that's that. But I do like small rocks when peacocks won't go inside the coop, except kids should be in nature playing to learn. Yeah, they can. And not everybody has nature, around them. And James, we don't talk about that on here, brother. I don't bring up any type of politics, my friend. And I know you would never do nothing to try to start an argument on her. I love you to death, brother. But I never bring up stuff like that on here. I bring up pizza. I do bring up pizza a lot, though, if you want some. She's still learning herself. Lots of different quartz and jasper varieties, tons of pretty rocks from Cape May. Every time we travel, she's got to collect different types we don't have here. Okay, talk about collecting rocks and traveling, Mike. Okay. So, does anybody like the movie with Lucy and Ricky? It was called The Long, Long Trailer. Sorry I had to bring it up because I remember watching that, and that is when she collected rocks from all over the United States while they was traveling. And I know it was a dumb story, but it's a really good movie, though. It's called The Long, Long Trailer. I think it's from the late 50s. I really can't remember. Let me see here. I automated my home network to cut the Xbox off on time scheduling. Xbox time was good leverage. Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean, I used certain things as leverage back in the day against the kids, but not in a mean way, just like you did, like, okay, well, if you're not going to do your homework right now, then you're not getting Xbox until you're finished and I check it for you. So different avenues that we take with our kids to not harm them, mentally or physically, but yet to push them forward. You know what I mean? Per time scheduling. Parents need not to be parents. Unfortunately, too many parents want to veg and play on their phones so they get their kids' phones to break zone. Yeah, and you know what, Misty? That's one thing I give my daughter credit for with my granddaughter. Sometimes it takes me days to get a hold of her because, I mean, if I rang her phone, she would answer it, but she is all about my granddaughter. She does not play games. She don't play with her phone or nothing. She teaches her a lot. Now she's only 2.5, but she don't believe in doing the whole gaming thing with her or an iPad or starting her out on that at all. I have no idea what's what. And Andrew said, love the long, long trailer. Have it on VHS. That is cool, Andrew. That is really cool. I honestly, the long, long trailer is probably one of my top 10. I just love that movie. There's something very special about it. It was funny, Heath. It really was. I'll look up her. She'll probably love that movie. Oh, yeah, Mike, it was funny. She would, well, okay, I'll let you look it up or I'll start dictating what the story was. Excuse me, but it was a really good movie. But remember, Heather and I like a lot of older stuff. So, yes, need to be after part of their lives. You know me, I teach them everything to cook since they stand at the stove. And that's what you have to do, Misty. And I get it. I mean, Heather and I, you know what we ran into once? And then I'll shut up about this. I'm sorry, because we're getting at the end of the night here and I'm rambling about things like this. We used to take our kids to the doctor a lot to get them checked, if they had an issue. And then Heather would analyze, because Heather did go to med school, what she thought of what the doctor said. And besides my weird, messy hair right now. And I had a doctor say to us once, you care a little too much about your kids. I don't remember what I said to him, and maybe Heather did. I don't recall because it was too long ago. But how in the hell could you care too much about your kids? You know, I remember going into the one school because people were being a little nasty with my one son, and I went right at them. And, you know, I won't get into all that now, but kids are delicate, you know, and for a doctor to say that to us, you care a little too much. Well, they're my children. I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. Yes, just watched it the first time a couple weeks ago. That's cool, Eric. I can rattle off so many old movies. Not that I'm an expert at it, you know what I mean? But I just love the old movies. I really do. Something interesting here, and then I'll shut up. 1981, King of the Mountain. Dennis Hopper and Mark Hamill, I think was his name. Porsche 356. Really cool movie. Mulholland Drive racing, stuff like that. And when I was young in 1981, I was 17 years old, pretty sure. And I loved that movie, fell in love with that car. Well, no wonder I found out 2-3 years ago that car in the movie was a kit car, you know, a speedster kit car with a stroker Volkswagen motor in it, because their budget was so low that they couldn't afford a real Porsche, which I get it. What a cool movie. And then I'm thinking, I really like that car a lot, how it sounded and everything. It was a kit car with the stroker motor. Just like, remember Hardcastle McCormick had the Coyote kit car? You may not remember that. Oh, I have a lot of useless information. I see. Right, you can't be too much. Right, exactly, Misty. I mean, how can you care too much about your kids? He was an idiot. Yeah, you were pretty mad, Heth. I know that. Kids, they only have one childhood. I wish kids would get excited about wrenching. One got into working on guns, but he still hasn't gotten into cars at 18. Truthfully, Mike, my one son, it's just sports. I'm not a sports guy, I'll be honest with you. To each their own, but I'm just not big on them. I was when I was little, but then it went away. I taught my kids safety with the pew-pews, taught them safety and everything they need to know. But my one son had no interest. My older daughter, you know, she takes care of his baby and everything. Wonderful mom. And my son, who's 30, Dalton, he just got into cars like crazy. I know. And the pew-pews with safety, very much safety, not job or nothing. And truthfully, he's done his own stuff, did a swap he put an LS in his Oldsmobile in a gravel driveway on a hill because he don't have a proper driveway where he lived at the time before he got a house up the street from me. And my kids got into wrenching, but his complaint was, wow, our parts are crap now. You know, he bought an Edelbrock carburetor, didn't work right, stuff like that, you know. But it's nice when your kids get into that with you. I think my boys, when growing up, I show them cook, clean, pick up their bed every day since they're 6-7 years old. Oh, Maria, that's awesome. And Adam, what's up, brother? You snuck in there. You snuck right in them saloon doors and busted them open. You know what, Maria? That's awesome. I mean, as a kid, and I was nothing special, I wasn't allowed to even leave my bedroom until I got up. I had to make my bed, straighten my room up and all that before I even came out of the bedroom. So I didn't really do that with my kids as hardcore, but I did in a way. I'm like, you're not going out to play until your rooms are clean, plain and simple. And you teach them things like that. And then they grow up, and at least when you stop at their house, you're like, oh, okay, it's clean. Let me see here. Thinking about having the girls help me work on my oval project and get that going this winter. I got a lot to do this winter, to be honest with you, and I'm going to be taking on club members' cars after the 68's done. So I got a long haul ahead of me, truthfully. I got a question. I recently ordered the ducts to rebuild my fresh air defroster system. What's the easiest way to get to the connections down by the A-pillar inside the front fenders? Topher, a lot of swearing. It's called editing in my films, but nah, you got to be patient. To be honest with you, I have a little tip for you if you want to try this. You're talking about the poopy cardboard piping that goes down. You're pretty much going to be taking your trunk lid off and playing fish, or you can cut open your A-pillar like boom, 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 and then peel it open to reach in there. But here's one for you. If you would like to pull that up and out of there, I imagine you're replacing that because it's probably ripped and destroyed. My one buddy, Johnny, one of the admins on our Facebook group, took PVC, the white PVC, and he put PVC down in there and it fit right on there. So that's something that I can tell you. If I was to replace mine, I would probably just cut a 3-side opening on the inside of the car behind the carpet, peel it open. So when you put the new piece down in, you can clamp it. But he actually had taken PVC pipe, the white stuff, regular PVC, not CPVC. And he put it right down through and boom, right on it. And truthfully, it came out really nice, to be honest with you. It really, really did, in all sincerity. So, but it is a little maniacal. I get why you asked that. It's not something that's fun to do, technically speaking. But, and yes, you are replacing it all. You know, we use clear water tubing. Yeah, there's so many different things that you can use to get down in there. When you're using the factory cardboard stuff, yeah, it's a little wonky to work with, you know what I mean? But I better head out here. It's almost 11. I'm going to go down and spend some time with Heather. We got to do a little research on YouTube about the AMC Ramblers because I want to go over a couple of things. And I will get her the car regardless of what I watch. But, you know, I just carried a squeegee under the seat. I wouldn't use the factory that piece. It just falls apart. It does fall apart, Misty. It really does, in all sincerity. But Sunday, 11 a.m., the new video will be out for the week. Remember, I'll repeat one more time. Live chats are Friday nights and out 9. And the weekly videos are every Sunday now about 11 a.m. So you can have your coffee on Sunday and watch the video. So I love all you folks. You're the best. I really mean that. I just don't say it for something to do. And thank you all for being here. We'll see you next Friday, and keep an eye. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. And thank you, Maria. Thank you for all the kind words. I'm not special. I have a camera. I come in a garage and I act like a dum-dum. But I'll see you all next Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for the chat. And I hope everybody has a really, really upcoming great weekend. Hug your children, hug your wife, hug your husband, hug your neighbor if, you know, they're okay. If not, then just kind of put a privacy fence up, you know. I'll see y'all soon. Love you, folks.